Today, we are diving deep into a theme that runs through the entire Bible. It's this incredible idea of God's unrelenting, unending pursuit of a real, personal relationship with us. Let's jump right in.
So, let's start with something you can probably relate to. You ever have those moments where you just feel kind of disconnected? Spiritually speaking, you're not cold, but you're not exactly on fire either. You're just lukewarm. It's a super common feeling, and believe it or not, the Bible actually has a lot to say about it.
You know, this whole idea of a lukewarm condition actually comes straight from the book of Revelation. It's describing that state of spiritual indifference, where you're just kind of coasting, and that deep, fiery connection feels, well, far away. But here's the really important part. It's never presented as the end of the story.
And that's the key. Right after describing this state, Jesus immediately flips the script. He frames it as a challenge, an obstacle that we're meant to overcome. So see, it's not a final judgment on who you are. It's actually an invitation to push past it. And what's on the other side? Well, it's pretty amazing.
Just listen to this promise from Revelation, chapter 3, verse 21. For anyone who overcomes that apathy, the invitation is to share in his victory at the absolute highest level. I mean, what an incredible offer of closeness and authority. But wait, that's only the first half of the verse.
And this is the part that changes everything. Jesus immediately adds, "As I also overcame." Wow. In a single moment, he goes from being some distant judge to a guide who totally gets it. He's not telling us to do anything he hasn't already done himself.
So the big takeaway here is just he understands. He gets the struggle, the fight, the battle we face. Because he faced it too, and he won. This verse isn't just a command, it's a promise that we have someone on our side who's been through it.
Now, what's so fascinating is that this desire for connection, this pursuit, isn't just a New Testament thing. Not at all. It's a theme that is woven through the entire story of the Bible, right from page 1.
And this timeline just lays it out so clearly. Think about it. Back in Genesis, we see God literally walking in the garden with Adam and Eve. A bit later, in Genesis chapter 5, Enoch walked with God. Then you have God speaking directly with Noah, and later calling Abraham out of nowhere to start a whole nation. And of course, there's Moses, who the book of Exodus tells us spoke with God face to face. The methods might change, but that pursuit, that stays the same. So, if you boil it all down, you see these two major ways God connected with people. Sometimes it was a physical presence right there with them. Other times it was direct, clear communication. But the underlying truth is always the same. God has always been the one to initiate that closeness with us. But why, right? What's the driving force behind this pursuit that spans thousands of years? Well, the answer is found in one of the most beautiful passages in Scripture, and it reveals the one unchanging motivation behind everything. And here it is from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31. This isn't about some temporary feeling or a deal with a bunch of conditions. God's motivation is an everlasting love, a love that doesn't quit, a love that actively draws us closer and promises to rebuild us.
Let's just break that down for a second. The love is eternal. It doesn't have an expiration date. The method he uses to reach us is kindness. And the goal? It's restoration, to build us up, and if we've fallen apart, to rebuild us. And look, this isn't just some ancient promise for people living thousands of years ago. It's for you, right now, today.
So this presents a really clear and maybe even challenging dynamic. According to these scriptures, God's position is constant. He's always seeking, always waiting, always wanting to draw you in, which suggests that if that connection feels weak or distant, the barrier, well, it's not on his side of the relationship.
And so when you really take in this incredible truth, the truth of an ever-pursuing God, the focus naturally has to turn inward. It leads us to a moment of really honest, personal reflection.
So we'll leave you with this. It's a direct, personal question to think about. Knowing that God is always reaching for you, what are the things in your life, the habits, the mindsets, the priorities, that might be standing in the way of that connection? What is it that needs to be overcome? That is a powerful question to reflect on. Thanks for joining us.